Hey, what's up to all you 5 people on YouTube looking up Battlefield 5 videos? I often get asked questions both from my friends and people that I fight in game. Advice on air-to-air combat, how I do certain things. So I thought I'd just make a quick little video explaining not only some settings that I use that are really crucial, but just showing some quick clips with examples of specific maneuvers you can use both offensively and defensively, and just general tips on flying in air-to-air combat, because it's hard to find good opponents. I find more often than not people would rather just crash themselves into the ground the second you get behind them rather than actually trying to fight it out with you. So I'd love to see some more people who are actually willing and able to try to fight it out with you. So first we'll cover settings. Okay, with flying in Battlefield 5, I feel like at least half of it is just knowledge. A lot of people just don't know what works, what doesn't work, and moreover, they don't understand that the basic default controls for flying airplanes and the basic settings in Battlefield 5 are actually really, really bad, and if you're using the defaults, there's absolutely no way you're ever going to succeed against a more experienced player. So I'm going to run through what I think are the most important settings. First of all, in video under basic, vehicle third-person field of view, this should be maxed. That way, when you're using external view while flying, especially while looking behind you, you have a much wider field of view. You can see enemy aircraft, where they're coming from, where they're going, that sort of thing. Next up is controls. So, sensitivity, you can see what I use. I do adjust my vehicle aim sensitivity and advanced plane control sensitivity. I've had 150%. There was a video that I watched, I can't remember the author of it, that explained, there's actually a lot of research that went into this, but setting plane control sensitivity to 150% and then finding a basic vehicle mouse aim sensitivity is going to give you the most maneuverability in an aircraft. So this is what I found works for me. You can play around with it, use what you think works best for you. But one of the most important things, and I'll explain why this is important in a second, but is to come here under vehicle control and hit decouple pilot free look. I believe as default this is off. We need to turn this on. This allows us to use views that are otherwise unavailable to us. So basically looking up while you're in the cockpit. You're going to see this in the video later on as I show some gameplay. But this allows you to basically see where enemy planes are going. This is absolutely crucial in dogfighting. I don't understand how anyone actually plays without it. For whatever reason in the Battlefield community, I've seen a lot of backlash against using this setting, saying that it's basically like cheating. I don't get that. You can look up in real life. If you've ever played any other flight simulator, looking up and looking all around you is absolutely integral to the experience. And this is also a game with a third-person view. So if that's not cheating, I don't know why looking up would be cheating. But anyways, what you're going to have to do, and at least what I did, is I went through here. I don't remember what the default settings are, and I'm not going to hit reset defaults and ruin all my settings, but I had to go in and clear all these. Look up, look down, look left, look right. Clear all of them from both mouse and keyboard. Okay? Then you are going to choose something that you can easily use while flying. I use left control to look up. This only applies while you're in the cockpit, and again, you'll see it in use once we move to the gameplay. This is crucial. Look down, useless, don't need it. Look left, look right. These are useful. They can be useful for seeing where AA guns are shooting at you while you're flying sort of away from them, but I don't really use it. I don't really feel a need to, but you can find something to that if you want. Free look, rear view, so I have this left shift, again, something I can hit quickly. So looking behind me in external view, which for me is C. I don't remember if that's the default or not, but I press C, that goes to my third-person view, and I can hit left shift, and I can look behind me. And then I can press C again, go back to my cockpit, hit left control, and I can look up. And lastly, probably the single most important thing, pitch up. Okay, so I still have my throttle up, down, and yaw left, right, down to the WASD. That's all default. And I use the mouse for pitch and roll. But if you're exclusively using the mouse, you're not going to be able to consistently turn a tight turn because you're going to have to keep dragging your mouse, picking it up, picking it. You run out of desk space for your mouse, right? So you need to have something bound to pitch up. This allows you to just hold that button down, in my case it's space, and you will just continually pull as tight a turn as you can, like max elevator up. If you aren't using this, you're never going to be able to be successful with Airplanes Battlefield. So definitely need to get all these settings in. Okay, let's move on to some gameplay stuff. Okay, so in this quick clip, I'm just going to show basic offensive tactics, how to counter basic defensive tactics, and showing how to utilize the settings that I just talked about here. So here I'm starting in, just coming in behind this 109. I don't think he knows I'm here. You can see me in a little bit of a lead pursuit, closing the gap on him. So as I come in, I flank him a bit.
I am playing on the wrong side of the map.
So right here, he starts doing really probably his only options. This guy was actually a decent pilot. I fought him a few times. So instead of trying to do any sort of defensive maneuvers, which can be very difficult to pull off properly, and most good pilots can counter them, he just goes straight for the overshoot. That's usually what I do when I have someone behind me too. I just immediately try to get them to overshoot me and then go from there. So what he's going to do is he's going to start barrel rolling and hitting the brakes, basically, hoping that I take the bait. Well, in Battlefield 5, it's basically whoever adjusts throttle first wins, right? So if he starts slowing down, I'm reacting to that. I start trying to slow down. I'm not going to slow down as fast as him no matter what I do, pretty much. I'm still going to end up overshooting him, and then I'm going to find myself directly in front of him with no energy. So I don't take that bait. Instead, I slow down a little bit just to try to get as many hits on him as possible. So I'm hitting the brakes a little, but I know I'm going to overshoot him. So here, instead of slowing down all the way, I do a high yo-yo. Basically, a high yo-yo allows me to keep speed up. Also, I'm going high. So if he tried to follow me, so he's behind me right now. If he tried to follow me, he already has no speed. He just blew all of his energy trying to get me to overshoot him. So if he tried to follow me up right now, he'd just stall out anyway. So he wouldn't be able to really get on my 6. So I go high. I'm utilizing my rear view here to keep tabs on him. I see which way he's going. Here I am using my look up so I can see where he is here, going off to the right. I adjust accordingly. Now I still have plenty of speed and energy to maneuver. His only option basically was to go down. I'm back behind him. At this point, he's completely screwed. I mean, he could just keep attempting to overshoot me, but I could just keep doing what I was doing. The clock's ticking already. And he just does. So that's just real basic offensive tactics. So in this scenario, there's 3 of us attacking this 109. He's pretty decent. You can see he's trying to force the overshoot there. Once again, you can see me pull a high yo-yo.
Shit.
I come back down.
I'm in a mosquito, bro.
You can hear my friend upset that he spawned in a mosquito accidentally. So I just use that high yo-yo to stay behind him. Not buying the bait of trying to kill all my energy. No reason to do that. I can just yo-yo up and come back down straight on him.
Not good.
Just trying to anticipate what he's doing, stay in front of him, keep leading him, cut in front of him. Now right here, someone starts hitting me. I had no idea there's another 109 coming. And you're going to see in a second, I'm pretty sure he hits me with rockets. So I finish off this 109. He's dead. Boom. But now you can see down at the bottom of the screen there, Windows Media Player will erase it. My hull is damaged. My airframe's damaged right there. So this is really bad. If you have a decent enemy pilot on you and your airframe's damaged, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to outmaneuver him. You're basically screwed. So I knew my only real options here were to, 1, hope that friendlies kill him or force him off of me. 2, try to kind of run to AA, Fliegerfausts, the resupply, whatever. But I don't like doing that. I like dogfighting. It's very rare that anyone actually tries to dogfight you, so I wanted to try to play this through. But I knew I was going to have to repair my airframe, or there's pretty much no way I was going to be able to beat this guy unless he's really bad. And judging off of how many hits he just got on me that quickly, I'm assuming he's at least halfway decent. So you can see me, I immediately start going into kind of a rolling scissors here, which if you're familiar with, dogfighting maneuvers, it's kind of difficult to pull off in Battlefield 5, but I was just trying to get a feel for where this guy even was. I can see now he's right behind me. So I'm just going to try to force him to overshoot here. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to outmaneuver him. So my pretty much go-to defensive maneuver is to just barrel roll and dump speed as much as possible. There's pretty much no way they're going to kill you while you're doing this unless you do it from too far out. This guy's right behind me. He's gonna overshoot me. He's either going to attempt to go with it and fly right in front of me, or he might do a high yo-yo if he's really good, but either way, it's bought me a little bit of time. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to start hitting my elevator up while rolling in one direction, and then I'm going to apply opposite rudder. This causes me to really dump speed quickly. So in this case, I start rolling to the left. So I'm dumping rudder to the right. So in this case, I'm pressing D because that's my right rudder, while rolling to the left, while using spacebar to do that barrel roll. Spacebar being my elevator up, my pitch up. You can see how quickly he overshoots me. Now normally right here, he'd be fucked. I'd be right behind him, and I'd just start killing him. But my airframe's still damaged. You can see me start to repair it. I need to get that done. I don't have a quick repair specialization, so I have to hold it down for the full 5 seconds or whatever it is. I start going out of bounds here. That wasn't really intentional, but it actually probably helped me. So now I'm repaired, and he's behind me again. So I'm trying to do just kind of a switch. This is more or less a scissors, a flat scissors. And it forced him to overshoot me a little bit. Now, I actually don't really know what he did here. He pulled something good. He might have done a little bit of yo-yo. I'm not sure why I can't see him. I did actually lose him here. So I just started turning. Now, while I'm turning like this, I'm trying to turn as hard as I can. So I'm holding my elevator up. As I'm turning to the left, I'm actually holding opposite rudder. So in this case, right rudder. That will cause you to turn the absolute tightest you can. Applying rudder while turning will make you turn tighter. Rudder in the direction you're turning will make you turn tighter. Rudder in the opposite direction will make you turn the tightest, but it will also cause you to lose the most energy, so you kind of have to use it judiciously. I was a little bit in a panic mode here because I didn't exactly know where he went, so I'm trying to turn around really quickly in the hopes that I can get behind him. That didn't quite work. That's what I'm doing here. Now I need to turn around again because I don't want to go outside of the combat area. See, at this point I have no idea where he is. Oh, there he is. I thought I was going to go back to the resupply maybe. Look behind me. Nope, there he is, right behind me. So, once again, I'm going to pull that same maneuver. I'm going to start doing my barrel roll, applying opposite rudder, force him to overshoot. You can see how quickly he starts to get up on me. He only plinked me like one time there. It's very, very difficult to get any meaningful damage on someone. He already used his rockets on me, so I don't really have to worry about that. Now, I can tell immediately he's trying to cut speed. He's trying to force me to overshoot again. This guy's pretty decent. I see that he's really slowing down, so what I do is I cut throttle, so I'm holding S here, and I actually just pitch up because I want to bleed as much speed as possible because I know he's already really slow, and I don't want to get in front of him. He will kill me while I'm already this slow. And then I just pitch back down after almost stopping midair. Boom, I'm right behind him. At this point, I'm fully repaired. I'm behind him. He's not good enough to shake me. He's using his little smoke. I would have pulled a high yo-yo there had I not killed him. But then I would have just been right back on him again, and then he's dead. So that was that. That's how I salvaged it. Anyway, I hope you all found this somewhat informative and helpful. I should say I don't proclaim to be the best pilot there is. I've learned a lot of what I know from watching other people's YouTube videos, and also just through a lot of trial and error and figuring out what works best for me. If you have any specific questions about anything, feel free to put a comment or find me in game as Thunderbleem. More than happy to help people out with flying. Like I said, I am always looking for more people to actually want to dogfight and play the air-to-air aspect of this game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.